hold on.
Yeah. We'll do kirtan now.
Jai.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvardhari.
Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvardhari.
Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
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 Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girvardhari.
Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girvardhari.
Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Ram
Rama
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 Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
Hare Rama
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 Hare
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 Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya
Jaya Gauranitai
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 Jaya
Jaya
Gauranitai
Gauranitai
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai
Gauranitai Gauranitai
Gauranitai
Jaya
Jaya Gauranitai
Gauranitai
Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhupada Jaya
Prabhupada
Prabhupada
Jaya
Srila
Prabhupada
Prabhupada
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya
Guru
Guru
Deva
Deva
Guru
Guru
Deva
Deva Jaya
Guru Deva
Guru Deva
Jaya
Jaya
Guru
Guru
Deva
Deva
Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jai
Jai
Gaura
Gaura
Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol
Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol
Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol
Jai
Jai
Gaura
Gaura
Hari
Hari Bol
Bol
Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol
Hari Bol
Hari
Nitai
Bol
Gaura
Nitya Gaura
Hari
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 Bol
Bol
Bol. जय श्री श्री गौर थाई की
Jai
Jai
गोविंद जी की जय जय हम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रवर्तकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की
Jai
Jai
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
Jai
Jai
गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की
Jai
Jai
ओ प्रेमन
Hari
Hari
Hari Bol
Bol
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna
so Hare Krishna everyone so today we'll be continuing reading from Srimad Bhagavatam actually today Damodar Prabhu was scheduled to give class but he has a lot of meetings last night, so he said that he won't be able to do it. So then I'm just trying to take up this service, and with your blessings, I'll try to glorify Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam today. Hare Krishna.
Jai.
So we are continuing reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, the creation of the fourth order, chapter 29, talks between Narada and King Prachina Barhi. Text number is text 1a and 2a. It's interesting. It's a special note. According to Vijaya Dvaja Tirtha, who belongs to the Madhvacharya Sampradaya, the first two of the following verses appear after the verse 45 of this chapter, and the remaining two verses appear after verse 79. So these are special verses. That's why I was also surprised at how we have 1a and 2a and then 1b and 2b in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So, but this is from verse number 45 of this chapter. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam
Narayanam Namaskritya
Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Jayam Udhirayet
Tato Jayam Mudiraye
Chaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistikim.
Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki.
Inside the verse is repeat after me. Sarvesham eva jantunam
Sarvesham eva jantunam
Sarvesham eva jantunam
Sarvesham eva jantunam
Satatam deha poshane
Satatam
Satatam
Deha
deha
Poshana
poshane
Satatam deha poshane
Satatam
Satatam Deha
deha
Poshana
poshane
Asti pragna samayatha
Asti
Asti
Pragya
prajna
Samayatako
Asti pragna samayatha
Asti
Asti
Pragya
अस्ति
prajna
प्रज्ञा
samayata
समायत्ता
ko visheshastada nृणाम्
Ko
Om
को
vishesha
Vishesha
satada
विशेषस्तदा
nrinam
नृणाम्
को विशेषस्तदा
को
नृणाम्
वि
Ko
को
vishesha
विशेषस्तदा
satada
नृणाम्
nrinam
लब्ध्वेहान्ता मनुष्यत्वम्
लब्धे
Labde
लब्धे
hante
हन्ते
manusyatvam
मनुष्यत्वम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते मनुष्यत्वम्
Labde
लब्धे
hante
हन्ते
hante
मनुष्यत्वम्
manusyatvam
स्वादेहादि असद्गृहम्
हित्वा
Hitva
देहादि
dehadyah
असद्गृहम्
sadgriham
हित्वा देहादि असद्गृहम्
हित्वा
Hitva
देहादि
dehadyah
असद्गृहम्
sadgriham
आत्मस्त्रित्या विहायेदम्
Atmasritya
आत्मस्मृत्या विहायेदम्
vihayedam
आत्मस्त्रित्या विहायेदम्
आत्मस्मृत्या
Atmasritya
विहायेदम्
vihayedam
जीवात्मा स विशिष्यते
जीवात्मा स
Jivatma sa
विशिष्यते
vishishyate
जीवात्मा स विशिष्यते
जीवात्मा
Jivatma sa
विशिष्यते
vishishyate
सर्वेषामेव जन्तूनां
सर्वेषामेव
Sarvesham
जन्तूनां
Jantunam
नूनां
सततं देहपोषणे
सततं
Satatam deha
देहपोषणे
poshane
अस्ति प्रज्ञा समायत्थ
अस्ति
अस्ति
प्रज्ञा
प्रज्ञा
समायुक्त
समायत्त
को विशेषस्तदा नृणाम्
को
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 विशेषस्तदा
विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते मनुष्यत्वम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते
लब्ध्वे हान्ते
मनुष्यत्वम्
मनुष्यत्वम्
हित्वा देहादि असद्गृहम्
हित्वा
हित्वा
देहाद्यसद्गृहम्
देहादि असद्गृहम्
आत्मश्रित्या विहायेदम्
आत्मश्रित्या विहायेदम्
जीवात्मा स विशिष्यते
जीवात्मा स
जीवात्मा स
विशिष्यते
विशिष्यते
सर्वेषां एव जन्तूनां
सर्वेषामेव
सर्वेषामेव
जन्तूनाम्
सततं
जन्तूनाम्
देहपोषणे
ततसं
सततं
देहपोषणे
देहपोषणे
अस्ति प्रज्ञा समायत्त
अस्ति
अस्ति
प्रज्ञा
अस्ति
प्रज्ञा
समायुक्ता
समायत्ता
को विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
को
को
विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते मनुष्यत्वम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते
लब्ध्वेहान्ते
मनुष्यत्वम्
मनुष्यत्वम्
हित्वा देहादि असद्गृहम्
हित्वा
हित्वा देहादि
देहाद्यसद्गृहम्
असद्गृहम्
आत्मश्रित्या विहायेदम्
आत्मश्रित्या
आत्मश्रित्वा
विहायेदम्
विहायेदम्
जीवात्मा स विशिष्यते
जीवात्मा स
जीवात्मा स
विशिष्यते
विशिष्यते
Can recite?
सर्वेषामेव जन्तूनां
सर्वेषामेव
सर्वेषामेष
जन्तूनाम्
जन्तूनाम्
सततं देहापोषणे
सततं
सततं
देहपोषणे
देहपोषणे
अस्ति प्रज्ञा समायता
अस्ति
अस्ति
प्रज्ञा
प्रज्ञा
समायुक्ता
समायत्ता
को विशेषस्तदा नृणाम्
को
को
विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते मनुष्यत्वम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते
लब्ध्वेहान्ते
मनुष्यत्वम्
मनुष्यत्वम्
देहि हित्वा देहदे असद्ग्रहम्
हित्वा
हित्वा देहादि असद्गृहम्
आत्मश्रित्या विहायेदम्
आत्मसृत्या
आत्मश्रित्या
विहायेदम्
विहायेदम्
जीवात्मा सा विशिष्यते
जीवात्मा सा
जीवात्मा
विशिष्यते
विशिष्यते सर्वेषाम् एव जन्तूनां
सर्वेषामेव जन्तूनाम्
सततं देहपोषणे
ततसं
सततं
देहपोषणे
अस्ति प्रज्ञः समायत्ता
अस्ति
अस्ति
प्रज्ञा
प्रज्ञा
समायुक्ता
समायता
को विशेषस्तदा नृणाम्
को विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते मनुष्यत्वम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते मनुष्यत्वम्
मनुष्यवतम्
हित्वा देहादि असद्गृहम्
हित्वा
देहदेहसद्ग्रहम्
देहाद्यसद्गृहम्
आत्मश्रुत्या विहायेदम्
आत्मसृत्या विहायेदम्
जीवात्मा स विशिष्यते
जीवात्मा स
जीवात्मा स
विशिष्यते
विशिष्यते
सर्वेषामेव माताजी सॉरी
No worries. सर्वेषामेव जन्तूनां
सर्वेषामेव
सर्वेषामेव
जन्तूनाम्
जन्तूनाम्
सततं देहपोषणे
सततं
सततं
देहपोषणे
देहपोषणे
अस्ति प्रज्ञा समायत्ता
अस्ति
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 प्रज्ञा
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 समायत्ता
समायत्ता
को विशेषस्तदा नृणाम्
को
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 विशेषस्तदा
विशेषस्तदा
विशेषस्तदानृणाम्
नृणाम्
लब्ध्वेहन्ते मनुष्यत्वम्
लब्ध्वेहान्ते
लब्ध्वेहान्ते
मनुष्यत्वम्
मनुष्यत्वम्
हित्वा देहादि असद्गृहम्
हित्वा
देहादि
देहाद्यसद्गृहम्
असद्गृहम्
आत्मश्रुत्या विहायेदम्
आत्मसृत्या
आत्मश्रुत्या
विहायेदम्
विहायेदम्
जीवात्मा स विशिष्यते
जीवात्मा स
जीवात्मा स
विशिष्यते
विशिष्यते
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
So we'll do word to word. Sarvesham,
Sarvesham
Sarvesham
all.
all,
Eva,
eva
certainly.
certainly
Jantunam,
jantunam
Jantunam
animals.
of
animals
animals
Satatam,
satatam
Satatam,
always.
always
always,
Deha poshane,
deha poshanaihi
Deha
to maintain the body.
to
to
maintain the
maintain the
maintain the
body.
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 Asti,
Asti
there is.
There is
There
is
is
Prajna,
pragya,
prajna,
prajna,
intelligence.
intelligence,
intelligence.
intelligence,
Samayatha,
Samayata
samayata,
resting on.
resting
resting on.
on.
Kaha,
Saha
what.
what
What?
Visheshaha,
visheshaha
Visheshaha,
difference.
different.
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 Tada,
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 then.
then
Then
and
Nunam,
Nana
Nana
of the human beings.
of
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 the
the
human
human beings.
beings.
Labdva,
Radha,
Ladva
having attained.
having
Having
attained.
attained
Iha,
Iha
Iha,
here.
here
Here
Ante,
ante
Ante
Ante,
at the end of many births.
at the
at the
end
at
of
the
end
many
of
end of
many
many
births.
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 Manushyatvam,
Manushyatvam
Manushyattvam,
a human life.
a
a
human
human
life.
life.
Hitva,
Hitva
Yatva,
after giving up.
after
after
giving
giving
up.
up.
Deha adi,
Deha
Deha
adi
Adi,
in the gross and subtle body.
in
in
the
the
gross
gross
and
and
subtle
subtle
body.
body.
Asat griham,
Asatgraham,
Asatgraham,
an incorrect conception of life.
an incorrect conception of life.
Atma,
Atma
of spiritual knowledge.
of spiritual knowledge.
Sritya,
Shritya
by the path.
by the path.
Vihaya,
Vihaya
having abandoned.
having abandoned.
Idam,
Idam
this body.
this body.
Jiva Atma,
Jiva Atma
the individual spirit soul.
the individual spirit soul.
Saha,
Saha
that.
that
Vishishyate,
Visishyate
becomes prominent.
becomes prominent.
So translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnaravind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
So please, can you kindly repeat after me the translation? A desire to maintain body,
A desire to maintain body,
wife and children
wife and children
is also observed
is also observed
in animal society.
in animal society.
The animals have full intelligence
The animals have full intelligence
to manage such affairs.
to manage such affairs.
If a human being is simply
If a human being is simply
advanced in this respect,
advanced in this respect,
what is the difference between him and an animal?
what is the difference between him and an animal?
One should be very careful
One should be very careful
to understand that this human life
to understand that this human life
is attained after many, many births
is attained after many births
in the evolutionary process.
in the evolutionary process.
A learned man
A learned man
who gives up the bodily conception of life,
who gives up the bodily conception of life,
both gross and subtle,
both gross and subtle,
will, by the enlightenment of spiritual knowledge,
by the enlightenment of spiritual knowledge,
become a prominent individual spirit soul,
become a prominent individual spirit soul,
as the Supreme Lord is also.
as the Supreme Lord is also.
Okay, everyone. So please hear the purport. It is said that man is a rational animal, but from these words we can also understand that rationality exists even in animal life. Unless there is rationality, how can an animal maintain its body by working so hard? That the animals are not rational is untrue. Their rationality, however, is not very advanced. In any case, we cannot deny their rationality. The point is that one should use one's reason to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For that is the perfection of human life. So that is very short purport. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamsta हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So today we are continuing Bhagavatam discussion. So I'll read the verse and translation once again. Sarvesham eva jantunam satatam deha poshane asti pragna samayatha ko visheshas tadananam labdve hante manushyatvam hitva dehadi asadgriham atmasritya vihayedam jivatma sa vishishyate. A desire to maintain body, wife and children is also observed in animal society. The animals have full intelligence to manage such affairs. If a human being is simply advanced in this respect, what is the difference between him and an animal? One should be very careful to understand that this human life is attained after many births in the evolutionary process. A learned man who gives up the bodily conception of life, both gross and subtle, will, by the enlightenment of spiritual knowledge, become a prominent individual spirit soul, as the Supreme Lord is also. So, first of all, I seek the blessings of all the assembled devotees so that I accepted this verse just last night. I was told to do, so I didn't have much time to prepare, but whatever I've heard or learned in all these years in my Krishna consciousness, I'll try to share it. So from this verse, we see it talks about the difference between the importance of human life. And here it's very clearly said that if there is animal also exists in the creation of the Lord and human also exists. And if animal and human have their own different activities to perform. Animal, it performs based on its instinct. Human also performs some activities, but if the animal and human perform the similar activities, then human being they're misusing their intelligence, and because they're misusing their intelligence, it is considered that they are as good as animals. And in Hitopadesha, there is a very famous verse we have heard many times. Ahara nidra bhayamaitunam cha samanyam etat pashubir naranam dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho dharme nahina prashubir samanaha. So there it says there are 4 activities like ahara, nidra, bhaya and maitunam. So ahara means basically eating, nidra means sleeping, resting, bhaya means defending from danger, and maitunam is procreation, sex life. So these activities are performed both by human and animal. These are common for human and animal, but in this in the following lines it says that dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho. So what is that which is very vishesha, which is very prominent, is dharma. And dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho dharme nahina pashubhi samana. And here this verse is relating to humans, because humans are the people who have got intelligence, who can study Shastra and they can understand. So obviously this is meant for human beings, and it says that if human beings are not performing their dharma, which is very important, Vishesha, if you don't do it, then they are considered as good as animals. And when Prabhupada says that animals have limited intelligence, in his purport also in one of the, I think, Nectar of Instruction, one of the words Prabhupada was writing, where he talks about the 6 activities which are detrimental for devotional service: Atyahara, Prayashascha, Prajalpo, Niyamagraha, Janasangasya Lolyamcha, Sadvir Bhakti Vinashyati. So in that Atyahara section, Prabhupada is writing that animals, if you find, if there is a bag full of grains on the street, the animals will come or birds will come, they eat whatever it's needed for them. And they, once they eat, they get fly away or they move away from that place because that is what they need. They are fulfilled. But whereas a human being, when he sees that bag full of grains, he pushes away all the birds or animals, and he takes the whole bag. Even though that bag, he may the grains in that bag might go for a few days or maybe few weeks. So he want everything. He just don't take what is needed, but rather he grabs everything and he thinks that this is so that I can save, I can put in storage, and for next few days or weeks I don't have to bother. So that's where Prabhupada is saying that human beings use this intelligence just to grab more, or atyahara, endeavor, too much endeavor, or too much taking from the society. What is needed, if they don't take, and if they try to grab more than what is required, then the problem starts. And that's why Prabhupada gives the example, this very special concept, the philosophy of simple living and high thinking. He talks about the human life should be very simple when it's living. Whatever is needed, whatever is keep the body and soul together, we need to have. Like yesterday in the this is very good seminar on devotee care. Damodar Prabhu was mentioning that we are not body, because many times we say we are not body, we are soul. Then where is the concept of devotee care? Why it is needed? Why it's so important? Then people may say, yes, you say you are not body, then why you have so much importance on devotee care? So he says that yes, we believe that we are not body, but we are in the body. Yes, we are not this body, gross body, which everyone can see each other. Yet we are not, definitely not that. But we are existing in the body. And when we are existing in the body and we using this body as a tool or a vehicle, so this body need to be taken care of. Body needs food, body needs shelter, body needs rest, body needs some protection, and if also body, sometimes people have body requirement of procreation also. This is there. So if we keep it simple, as Prabhupada says, simple living, if our endeavors are simple, whatever is needed, we are doing it, and remaining time we have focused more on spiritual enlightenment. And I think in the same verse where Atyaharas, the second words of Nectar of Instruction, it talks about Atyahara. In the Prabhupada writes that or endeavor is like a which actually shuts people's understanding, shuts people's they become more greedy, and they don't look for spiritual life, which is very, very important. Where Prabhupada writes, the purpose of human life is jignasa, jivasya tattva jignasa. This is, we also heard Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Yes, now when we have taken human life, now we should inquire. And Prabhupada writes another quote there is Jivasya Tattva Jignasa. So once as a human form we get it, instead of going after material endeavoring too much, too hard to get it, working very hard like an animal or those animals, we should focus on the Jiva Tattva. Who am I? The first point is who am I? And then after that, we try to establish what is our sambandha, why I am here. if who is God, who is the Supreme, and if there is Supreme Lord who is making this whole universe to run, is going everything going according to His direction, and I am in this whole system, then what is my connection with that Supreme, which is Sambandha Gyan? And after connecting, after recognizing or identifying our connection, then we have to perform our Abhideya, which is process. And when we have a Sambandha Gyan and when we also have Abhideya, then obviously by performing Abhideya for some time, again, the time can be for some devotees, maybe weeks, months, years, sometimes lifetimes also it takes to get the Prayojana, which is the ultimate goal, which is the Krishna Bhakti or Supreme, the love of God. So that is the purpose of human life. If instead of endeavoring, understanding the purpose of human life, if humans are using their intelligence, the very God-given intelligence for small things, Prabhupada writes there as it's cripple-minded, not broad-minded. It's cripple-minded. Just I live for my own thing. I live for my family. I'll do this for humanity. Even up to that is extended. Yes, when we talk about mine, me and mine, it's selfish. But when the selfishness can also go beyond one that's alone, one person alone, it goes to family, it goes to his community, it goes to his society, then all the way to humanity. So these are all Prabhupada writes. There is an extended sense gratification, selfishness, extended selfishness. So if everything is it's even though it is not, he is not doing for himself physically, but he identifies that this is my society or this is my nation or this is my community. When person is working hard to endeavoring very hard for that, then that is actually extended selfishness, as Prabhupada says. So then, even though for doing those endeavors, they use their great intelligence, the great property of intelligence which is given to us, if it is used there for that purpose, then that is cripple-mindedness. Rather, this mind, the broad-mindedness means the intelligence used broadly, very broadly, understanding that it is not just this life. It is it's not like for my, because everything is identifying with the body. I am born in such a country, so I relate this is country is mine, so I am serving that country. That is bodily conception of life. As long as bodily conception is there, it is this life. It changes after 60, 50, 30, 40 years. Once person dies, he takes birth in another country, maybe an enemy country, the same country for which he is fighting against. Now he takes birth there and he again starts fighting back into the country where he was born in previous life. So that is, as long as we are in this bodily concept, it doesn't matter which side you are always fighting. Instead of that, we have to grow beyond by our this as Prabhupada says, that high thinking means basically understanding our purpose of life. What is the purpose of life? What I'm supposed to do? Why I have born? Why I have taken birth? Why I'm in this situation? What is the purpose of my existence? If we have these questions, which are Athato Brahma Jigyasa or Jivasya Tattva Jignasa, when we have this, then automatically a soul has a great opportunity to progress. And if we have just that Jigyasa, that sincerely I want to know who am I want to understand, he don't have to do anything. That sincere thought comes to him and he is looking for it, then it is Krishna who facilitates everything. That's why my Guru Maharaj says that, and even Prabhupada, he refers to Prabhupada, that only asset or only belonging what we have is our desire. If we can say, even this body doesn't belong to us, this name is given to us by our family, if some position is given by the society or the company or whatever, everything is given to us by someone else. The only thing which we can say that this is mine is that is desire. And if that desire itself, if we offer it to Krishna, then that is a real devotional service. So here, when we understand that purpose of life is, yes, I am a servant, I have to serve Krishna, the Supreme Lord, and then it's not only the person who is doing it, but he is also encouraging others. That's why we have this system of distributing books or sharing our knowledge, sharing and our festivals, our happiness with people, so that we want people to come and join, and then they can experience it. By doing this, this is the best welfare activity. Yes, as if someone is doing some welfare activity at the bodily concept, it finishes as the body finishes. But if we bring anyone to Krishna consciousness, and if we could leave, if he couldn't follow up, or if we move some other place, if the person leaves the body also, at least his journey on the path of Krishna consciousness started. So Krishna, as he says, Neha Vikramanashaste Pratyavayona Vidyate Swalpam Apiyasya Dharmasya Trayatam. Bhakti, whatever he has done, is not going to be diminished. It will stay there. If one step of bhakti, that's 1% of whatever Prabhupada says, that is hiding into the 8.4 million species. So once a soul, unfortunately, it gets into an animalistic life, it's very, very, very painful. So that's the reason probably if you see Krishna gives very limited intelligence to animals, that they don't realize that they are in a very suffering condition. I remember many years ago when we went to one of the, I think it was Sea World or some world, there we were walking and watching different animals. It is fun for, as a human beings, we can see them, we can also get amazed to see the different beautiful creations within the water of Krishna has created these creatures. That's very good. But then once I saw that there was one animal was just lying there. I don't know which it was, some aquatic. I don't know that animal anyway. Lying there and not doing anything, just lying. So see, if that animal has life of, let's say, for 10 years or 15 years, how pathetic that situation, how, as Prabhupada says, awkward situation for that animal, leaving it and without knowing that it is a suffering condition, but it doesn't do anything, it can't do much. And because they are in water, if the animals which are on the ground, they may have some opportunity when devotees chant, when these animals hear Harinam or Krishna name, they get some sukriti. But here they don't even have opportunity to, because they're in water. Where is the possibility? So that for a while, for some time, it grabs my attention that how difficult it is. So that's a real danger. If once you glide down to this animalistic life, you have to do so many evolution in the you have to the living in it has to take so many evolutionary species of life till he comes to human form. So that's why this human form, Prahlad Maharaj says, Durlabham hi Manushya Janma. So this Manushya Janma is very Durlabha. So when it is very Durlabha, that means it is meant to use for very important purpose. For example, if we see that there is some normal ornaments in the which we can buy for some $10, $20, $30, $50. That is very common. People wear it. But imagine if you go to a jewelry showroom where there is a very costly diamond or very costly jewelry, which gets into hundreds and thousands of dollars. So those that very thousands, that very valuable jewel, when a person acquires it, they keep first of all safe in a very in a safe, and they use it for very particular, very important purpose. If it is there is big festive, some big gathering or some function or some wedding, very big thing, when you then use it. So that value for that, because it's very valuable, it is used for a very special thing. Similarly, this human form is so valuable after coming from so many lifetimes. When we come and we have given this intelligence, means this, then this life is very important for living entity, not to engage in the same activities of eating, sleeping, and mating and defending, which are any animals are doing much better than humans. So what is the point if we use the same thing? Yes, we can claim that we are living, we are eating nice sophisticated food, cooked food or baked food or fried food or whatever, tasty food. But at the end, after eating, even animal gets the same satisfaction, human gets the same satisfaction. What's the point? Sleeping, probably we may have very cozy houses and air cons or and nice beds, very expensive beds, very very good. It is only when until you sleep. Once you sleep, the experience of sleep of a rich person in a very palatial mansion, sleeping there, he gets the same experience where an animal sleeping on a roadside or in a very in open, it's get the same experience. So what is the point? Why we have to spend so much time and money, or not time and so much energy and of our endeavors just to make this life very comfortable? Yes, this we have to, as Prabhu said, that we are not body, but we are in this body, so we have to take care of this body. But for taking care, whatever is needed, it has to be done. We cannot. And again, in the yesterday's seminar, Prabhu was mentioning also that devotee care means materially well situated, spiritually progress, but materially is well situated means it's like whatever is needed for that body, we should do it. But remaining time, we should give more importance to our spiritual journey. Okay, after understanding that I have taken so many lives, I have come to this place. Now I have to endeavor for my spiritual progress. If we do that, then that is real success. And if we go one more step ahead, okay, understanding that I am not this body, I am the soul, then what? Then the next step is, yes, we have seen that. Then if I am a soul, this is universe, this is everything is going on. There must be God. There must be someone who is managing, who is controlling, who is maintaining, who is doing everything. So there is a God, and that God is not just God. He is Krishna, and God is very as Prabhupada's term. He says it's very vague. God can be anything. People can relate God to anything, but that's why when he named ISKCON as Krishna consciousness, some of his disciples said that instead of Krishna, why don't we have God conscious? Then Prabhupada says, no, God is very vague. People can relate to anything to God. Some people say God is light. Some people say the great mountain is God. This is God. This great tree is God. This land is God. This is God. That is God. No, that is not God. So he says Krishna. Then we come to the state, yes, Krishna is God. Then what is my duty? Who am I? Then as Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's very straightforward says, Jivera Swarupa hai, Krishnera Nityadas. So we have to, our constitutional position is we are servants of Krishna. So when we are servants, mean what is the profile of a servant? Is to serve. Now in ignorance of our relation with Krishna, we are serving. As the soul has a very intrinsic nature. The soul is always active, and soul has this nature of serving. It has to serve. It cannot live without serving. So if in the ignorance of Krishna, ignorance of existence of Krishna, the soul is serving. First of all, he serves for himself. Then he takes care of his body, he takes care of his bodily needs. He wants to look good and all. That's good. Then it goes to the family, it goes to, so so they start serving the family, they start serving the society. But that service is limited. The service is restricted because a person who is serving, he is not happy because he cannot serve everyone. And the people whom he is serving also, they are also not happy because not everyone, as we say that a man cannot please everyone. There is this nice story that there is this farmer was taking a donkey with his grandson. Both of them are walking. So they went into one village, and in that village, people saw and said, "This see, this stupid old man and his grandson. They have a donkey, but still they are walking like a donkey. They don't have knowledge, intelligence." Now, after hearing this, so both of them jumped onto the donkey and they were going on. Then, when they went to next village, people said, "See, this old man and this young boy, they don't have common sense. See, they are sitting on this donkey, and so they don't. It's like they are doing animal abuse." And hearing this, the old man got down, and the young this boy was sitting. And then when they went to third village, in the third village, people say, "See, this young boy is such a fit boy, young and energetic. Still, he's making his old poor grandfather walk, but he's sitting very nicely." So then son gets up, grandfather sits up hops onto the donkey. Then they go to next village. There people say, "See, this old man, this man, he's very shamelessly sitting and making his young grandson walk." So after all these things, if you look in whatever situation you do, we can do best to everyone, but we cannot please everyone at all times, all time in the life. There is some pinprick, there is some problem will be there. People don't like you. People don't accept the service, or the person who's serving also can't be happy. So this is both sides. A person who's serving also not happy. The people whom is serving, society is serving, they are not happy. So then what is the problem? What is the solution? Let's stop serving. Okay, I'll just serve myself. Is that happy? They are happy there? No. Even a person who is employing so much of time and engaging his time just taking care of himself, he is also very frustrated. So then what it does, okay, humans are not good, I can't be pleased myself, so let me have an animal and I serve them. And they somehow think that they are getting some reciprocation. But even that reciprocation is limited. So rather, because the nature of soul is to serve, it's better to dawdle that nature in service of Krishna. And if you serve Krishna, it's like watering a root of tree. When we water the root, every branch, every twig, every leaf, every fruit, every flower on the tree gets nourished. Similarly, if you serve Krishna, then if Krishna is pleased, then indirectly we please everyone in the whole creation. Of course, physically we can't serve individually like that. We can't please people. But by serving Krishna, we can please the whole humanity. So that is intelligence. Instead of pleasing one person, and as we know that we cannot please everyone every time. And it's very difficult. So after understanding, okay, the soul nature is to serve. So let me find the right master and let me serve him in right mood and with right intentions. And while I was doing the studies, I was going through one very important shloka. This is very in the chapter in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 1 and chapter 2 and text number 9. It says, "Dharmasya hi apavargasya nartho arthayopakalpate nartasya dharmaikantasya kamo labhaya hi smritam." So here in this verse, the translation says that occupational duties, as we have given, we were received by our birth or by our surroundings or varna ashrama, whatever our occupational duties, those engagements must be meant for ultimate liberation. Our occupational engagements must be meant for ultimate liberation, and they should never be performed for material gain. So when we are doing even on bhakti, when we come to Krishna consciousness, we do chanting or do bhakti, that bhakti should not be done for material gain. And furthermore, according to sages, one who is engaged in ultimate occupational service should never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. So sometimes because of our karma, whatever, we get some material gains, maybe good birth or some riches or some power. So that is given because of our whatever previous prarabdha. When it comes, it should not be, in this verse it says, it should not be cultivated for sense gratification. If it is given, if by Krishna's mercy or Krishna's blessing, we may get some material gain, but that is not meant for sense gratification. And before this verse, the number 8th verse, it says, Dharmaswanustita pumsam Vishwaksena kathasuya notpadya yadiratim sarama evahi kevalam. Says when we perform these occupational duties and if this due of our performing, if it is doesn't gives us the attraction for the message of Supreme Personal Godhead, then all our endeavor, Shrema evahi kevalam, it is just useless labor. It's useless labor as long as when we don't understand. If it first of all, we have to understand, we have to know what is my nature and what is when we come to the understanding that I am a servant and I'm supposed to serve. So while service, we get some we can say some powers or some facilities, resources. When the resources comes, it should not be used for material gain. That's one. And then the other part is, and when we are serving, if our devotion is not giving rise, if if it is not getting us attraction to the message of Supreme Personality, then we might be doing so much of hard work. It's just useless labor. So we have to balance everything. Okay, I'm working, I'm doing my occupational duties, but I have to check whether these occupational duties, which are maybe material, because as we know that we are body, we have to maintain. We are in the body, so we have to maintain the body. So we have to do our occupational duties, but that occupational duties should not cause any detrimental effect on our devotion. So I'd like to say one thing. Some time ago, one person was approached me and said, Prabhu, I got an offer of a very good pay package. It was this pay was he was earning handsome salary, and he said this position will get me much more, maybe 1/3 or 1/4 of salary will increase. I said, but the problem is I have to go out of Brisbane. I have to go to Gladstone somewhere. So then he asked me, just suggested what should I do. Then I told Prabhu, you are very, see, I understand it's a good opportunity. It's you are going to earn good income. There you are going to have a more better pay. That's very good. But when you go to Gladstone, you miss out on your bhakti. You don't have association there, and there is no temple. So obviously you'll miss out. It is many years ago. It's not now, but many years ago. So you might not up. And then you are newly married. So if you take your wife there, so it's because not very not a like Brisbane, it's not very developed or not, it's not like big cities, so she might also get not happy. So better you give up. And more importantly, giving up not because of facilities there, it's giving up because there is no the possibility of Krishna, the advancement in Krishna consciousness or coming to programs or coming to temple is not possible. So you just pray to Krishna that I'm leaving this job. I somehow told him that if you do this, you pray to Krishna, you'll see amazingly that a miracle happened. And because this is, I heard from devotees, it's I'm not that pure, so that I have said and it happened, but I'm heard from devotees and I have that faith because it's said it will happen. So I told him that you said a miracle happened. I just told him, and after a month or 2 months, I met him, asked what happened. Didn't you take? Then he says, no, Prabhu, because after you told me, I didn't go. But what happened last month? I got in my own company. There was another department. They moved me there, and the same salary which I was supposed to get there, I'm getting here. The same pay hike. Then he was obviously now a bit more convinced that Krishna consciousness, I should not too much endeavor, and Krishna will do whatever is needed, Krishna will do. So from this, the point that I was trying to make is, yes, even once Devamrit Maharaj said, if your job, if your situation is well, if it's allowing you to do your bhakti nicely, it is not causing any detrimental effect. Like sometimes people work 10, 12, 14 hours and then they don't have time. Weekend also they're going like slogging like a donkeys. Yes, you should look for some other job. But if your job is giving nice 8 to 9, 8 to 5 job, and then it is also giving you to letting you to do your bhakti or devotion, then do at no cause leave at no reason leave the job for a better opportunity, because when you go to that better opportunity, yes, that's a over endeavor because you are trying to take something more and bit more, but it's compromising on bhakti, so don't do it. So the same thing, hearing from that from Atyahara Shloka and also Devamrit Maharaj thing, I told him, and he's very happy. He said, "Okay, I'll give up." And then Krishna has done miracle, because it's like ye tamam prapadyante. I have for bhakti, for devotion, for my own progress in bhakti, I am giving up Krishna, and Krishna has somehow given the same thing. So sometimes Krishna's test is like that. So the point is that if we are too much endeavoring, it won't help us. If it is causing detrimental effects on devotion, then that's not good. That is atyahara. But we should be very comfortable. Yeah, I'm doing whatever my earnings or whatever my situation is there, and it is allowing me to do my bhakti. That's very good. And by doing it, then automatically what happens? You have less stress. You have more time to do devotion. Then that means we have more time to study Bhagavatam. We have more time to associate with devotees. Then the hearing, attraction to the holy name gets more prominent. When that is more getting more attractive, then eventually sometime we all have to leave this body. We all grow and grow old, and then we have to slowly start renouncing things. When by the time when we come vanaprastha stage, we have to renounce. So slowly that process is happening, and we are slowly giving renouncing things, material things, and getting more attraction to holy name. So it's very organically is very good. So we can't give up everything, renounce everything one day, like how Parikshit Maharaj gave up everything. No, we can't do that. Yeah, because he could able to do, because he's a Paramahamsa, is a Mahabhagavata, he could do it, and he took up Krishna. He continued bhakti very under Shukadeva Goswami. But we are still in a sadhaka stage, so we have to slowly renouncing things, and we get more time for whole chanting and hearing and associating with devotees. So when this happens, then our attraction, when it gets more stronger to Krishna, then old age is very good. Old age is actually blessing, because there is more time. So more time means I can have more time in studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, more time to chant, more time to do devotion. Otherwise, throughout the life, if still we hang on to our material things, that even old age it's a miserable condition. Because when we are young, we can do so many things, but in old age, it's very difficult to do. And then we lose power, and then the family, they will try the kids, they will try to do it, and we may not like the way kids are managing things. Then it's very frustrating situation. So he's lost from material life, material things also, he could lost control. And because he didn't develop that attraction for the holy name, for the hearing and chanting, then in old age he can't just develop just like that. So it's from both sides he has gone. That's why while we are doing bhakti, at whatever age, slowly we have this cultivate this habit of hearing and chanting very nicely, sincerely. And Prabhupada gave the system that 16 rounds, and then chant. After chanting, then we spend some time in reading, and spend some time hearing. Then slowly, when we have this habit for some time, then we can slowly increase the number of hours, number of rounds we can increase. We can increase number of lectures we hear, number of pages or number of books we are studying, we can increase. That is possible. But that's not just possible on, okay, at Vanaprastha when I take, and from today, tomorrow I'll do it. That won't happen. So I think I have gone over more 5 minutes. So please, I'll stop here. If anyone has any comments and correction questions, please, you can go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, very good talk, very nice talk. Mali Krishna Das
Yeah, Hare
speaking.
Krishna.
Modern democracy is hardly there, and we can practice within ISKCON consciousness through our ISKCON consciousness can be practiced. But time is coming when Ram Mandir has to be protected. ISKCON members are being killed in some countries. Meat eating is encouraged. Daughters are being robbed, and they have to are forced into marriages which are not Krishna conscious marriages. So there is a need for Atmanirbharta, and that is being promoted by some leaders, like giving Bhagavad Gita to Putin and things like that. So that is only there, but it is not happening in, say, Bangladesh, for example. They kill the ISKCON devotees. So there it is. So some Atmanirbharta has to come in. Madan Mohan Temple in Navi Mumbai is one of them, which is looking after the welfare of the devotees. But it has to be protected, otherwise it is going to be difficult. Otherwise 100% tariff means they're funding the terrorist activity.
Yeah.
So there is a need for some sensible approach. Do your sadhana, that's all right. Very, very important. But this 100% tariff has to be protected. They want to fund their own aggressive tendencies with this 100% tariff and enslave the other countries. So when they enslave other countries, you can't practice your Krishna consciousness. Only way is to spread it is book distribution, like Modi did, gave Russian version of to Putin, Bhagavad Gita to Putin, and that was a way to do it really anyway. But that is a very, very risk in this modern world. They enforce cow killing and meat eating onto daughters which are forcibly taken away and things like that.
Yeah.
So Atmanirbharta has to be adopted, and that is what we are talking about Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. We have to become Atmanirbharta in a way which is suitable to the modern world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Dandavad pranam to you all.
Anyone else?
Haribol, Prabhu. No questions. That was a really good class. Thank you. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So it's almost 8:40 we are getting. So we'll stop here. Granthra Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari Bo.
Yeah.
Hare Bo.
His Grace Mukunda Kumar Prabhu
Gaur
ki
Bhaktivinoda
Jai.
ki jai.
Jai.